Spiderwebs, great story. We wrote that one at my house, at my parents' house in Yorba Linda, in my bedroom. Gwen and I sitting on the bed with a 4-track recorder, and just, I think the initial inspiration was trying to do what Blondie did when they covered The Tide Is High, you know, with like a, a different tempo intro going into a different tempo main part of the song.
Spiderwebs. I remember Tony gave me a cassette tape. You guys remember cassette tapes? Of him and Gwen had written the song, and it was just bass and vocal on a cassette tape. And I remember bringing that cassette tape home and putting it in my thing and trying to learn the parts of the song. It was given to me to like learn, figure out your guitar parts. And I remember like playing it over and over again and thinking, this is a really good song.
That's one of the few songs on Tragic Kingdom that's not about me, so I want to make that clear. No, I know, I remember because Gwen was like, there's this guy who, you're not going to say who it is, but was calling all the time.
I always had a boyfriend, so I never had to deal with guys ever trying to go out with me, ever, my whole life. So there was this little time, and there was this one guy, and he used to call me, like, in the middle of the night, and, like, try to sing me, like, poetry on the phone, or, like, play, like, listen to the song I wrote, and, like, play, like, acoustic guitar for, like, 15 minutes. And I just didn't know how to get off the phone, and it was just, like, it was one of those, like, the regret of this guy having my number was the biggest regret of my life.
But I think we recorded a demo of it at the band house, right?
Yeah. We worked on it for a while because it started off a lot slower. It was like doom, da-da-doom, da-da-doom, doom, da-da-doom, da-da.
Yeah.
It was almost kind of funky at first.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I mean, if he knew that song was about him,
He doesn't know it?
No, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows who that song's about. You do. I think you're like the only person.
Yeah, you shouldn't say.
I'm never ever gonna say. I mean, it's such a mean song.
That doesn't mean it's happy now.
That's true.
It's one of those songs that we tend to like end a set on it. It's just, it has a very triumphant feel, musically and emotionally, but the lyrics are kind of quirky and not necessarily triumphant, but some reason it just feels like a big ending.
Remember like how many people use that for their outgoing phone message? Do you remember that? Like everyone's like, dude, guess call me up, you gotta hear this.